Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that just closed. We did digest some local economic data with manufacturing production in June climbing by 1.9% on a yearly basis. Looking at how the JSE has performed, though not in a good mood today, the all-share declining more than 0.1%. That largely coming from the Resources 10 complex that's plunged more than 1.5%. We do have the Industrial 25 sinking by more than 0.1%, but backing that overall trend is the Financial 15 with a gain of almost 0.75%. Let's take a look at the markets stateside, and over there in tariff news, of course, we do have the deadline of the tariff truce between the US and China in focus this week. Of course, that is tomorrow. We don't have any clear detail on what Donald Trump will be deciding tomorrow. We also do have in company news on that as well. We did see some pressure in the shares of Nvidia and AMD today, as they made a deal with the US government to give back 15% of certain chip revenues to the government in exchange for export licenses. Looking at that performance, pretty mixed, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq being the only bourse in the green, up by 0.16%. The S&P 500 relatively flat, 0.01% below that flat line, and the Dow there declining by almost 0.33%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets across the Atlantic. A mixed picture on that front as well, with the FTSE 100 being the only bourse in a green territory, climbing by more than 0.33%. We do have the CAC 40 leading in those losses, declining by almost 0.6%, and the DAX softening by more than 0.4%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Pretty stable against the US dollar, just above 17 rand 70. The local unit against the pound at 23 rand 79, and against the euro at 20 rand 59. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing. Euro dollar at 1.16, pound dollar at 1.34, and the yen just below 147.48 against the greenback.